What's up guys, Dirk here, happy Saturday, and as I'm making this video, Bitcoin is trading over $22,500, so we are really seeing a nice return of bullish momentum to these crypto markets, as I've been sharing in the last two videos or so when we got that bull market confirmation signal of reclaiming the 3-day 50 moving average. So let's dive into the charts, let's look at a short-term update and look at where this potentially could be going. Again, if you're new to the channel, welcome, subscribe down below, click the notification bell so you do get these updates. If you want to get on my email list so I can just send you an email every time I upload something important, then click on the link in the description down below, sign up for my free crypto masterclass, you get on my email list also that way. Alright, so here we have Bitcoin on the 4-hourly chart. It is trading at $22,600 as you can see, and we have had a nice move up here. Now before I continue to explain here the short-term price action, I want to share with you the most recent video I made, I think about 2 days ago, where I explained the process of being able to take these liquidity highs. So let's have a look at that, and then we come back and we look at what is happening right now. But you can see over here, just in the same way as from this move, this high was the target, we still have previous liquidity over here. So this is the next one, in my opinion, 22.8. If we get continuation here, that is likely to be taken out. And we still have the August high from last year at about 25,000. And I think both of these get taken out at some point. Alright, so that is exactly how it ended up playing out. You can see, so we had, the last time I made this video, we were just below this level, this liquidity level over here, and we were seeing a bit of signs of consolidation here, a little bit of signs of distribution. We got to pull back, but this trend has been incredibly strong because we have had a year of bear trend in the Bitcoin market and a year and a half for most altcoins. So a lot of selling pressure has already happened. We got all the bankruptcies that have happened, FTX, 3AC, Luna, Voyager, Celsius, you name it. All of that is already gone. So now it seems like there's no more selling pressure left. The bulls are stepping in. Technically, there's just a strong pump. And like I made in the video where I said the bull market is back because of the high time frame signals, we have something that has happened now on the higher time frame, which has not happened for the duration of the bear market. We have the dollar index below the 50-week moving average. We have Bitcoin reclaiming the 3-day 50 moving average. And that simply is a very long-term high time frame signal that has to be respected. Now, it is not always a guaranteed thing. It could end up being a fake out, but so far, due to the factor that we've had this long bear market and all the other things lining up, this looks like it has a lot more strength behind it, and that is what we're seeing here. So if you've been in the Bitcoin or crypto space, you know that once the bull market gets going, or once the bullish trends really start pumping, you know, there can be a lot of upside without pullbacks. Bitcoin can go thousands or tens of thousands of dollars pretty much in one direction as long as that trend is behind it. And we're seeing that now. We had this massive pump from 16,000 all the way to 21,000. We had a little bit of a pullback, but we didn't get those crazy pullbacks that we've been seeing in the bear market. We didn't see that this is a scam pump that gets completely retraced. In fact, there's a lot of strength behind this, and most people are still in disbelief. They're still saying, you know, we're still in a bear market, we still don't have the confirmation, this is a scam pump, it's going to fail like everything else. And a lot of people are either still sitting sidelined on the side, they don't have a position, they didn't buy in, and now they're thinking, where do I buy in? Do I just buy in now, or do I wait for a pullback? A lot of people are waiting for a pullback that might not come. Then we have other people who keep shorting this all the way up, and of course every time get blown out because they keep thinking you've been conditioned for a year that the trend is down and every rally gets sold again. But now if the trend has actually reversed, then that is the wrong mindset. You need to reverse that thinking, because now you need to be longing dips in pullbacks if the bullish trend, or if the trend is bullish indeed, which on the higher time frame we got that confirmation. I made that video. 3-day 50 moving average reclaim is important, and in my opinion, as long as price is above that 3-day 50 moving average, the trend is now bullish. We only start to flip bearish again once it gets a new 3-day close below the 3-day 50 moving average, which is roughly at about $19,000 at this point. So as long as we're above $19,000, in my opinion, the trend is now bullish and we're looking to long any pullbacks. Now we will get a decent or significant pullback at some point, but you have to keep in mind, where does that happen from? Okay, it didn't happen from 21,000. We're already at 22.5. Does it continue going up to 25 in one go before it pulls back to maybe 20,000? That's a possibility. Does it pull back here and then continue higher? All of those are possibilities, but you have to keep in mind, if this trend is strong, it goes a lot higher without giving pullbacks. And then finally, once everyone only decides, okay, this is it, I have the most FOMO, I'm just going to buy in whatever, because let's say, now we're at 22.6, or maybe it goes to 25. People who are sidelined, they start thinking, okay, I missed the whole move from 15,000 to 25,000. What if it goes to 35 or 40 or 50? I'm just going to buy in at 25. And also this whole mentality of this sideline money is a good narrative that keeps fueling this rally, because people keep shorting it, they keep getting blown out, and as it keeps going higher, more and more people FOMO in, so there's more money that flows in that keeps pushing it higher, until of course at some point it reaches a tipping point, a maximum, where it simply just cannot continue going higher. And of course, when people who have been in since the very bottom or since near the bottom start taking profits too, then obviously it turns around and fills it over and we get a decent sized pullback. So that is, in my opinion, what is playing out. Okay, so we took out this liquidity. You can see over here, we've hit the second one now. The next one is the August 2022 high, which is around about 25, just over $25,000. And I do think that will get taken out. Now, whether that goes in one go or whether we pull back and that still takes days or weeks to achieve, I do think before this whole rally is over, that it will at least do that. And then of course, after that, we have the next target, which is around about 31,000, just over 30,000, which would also line up with, if you switch back to the daily chart, you can see that would roughly line up with the lows of July 2021, May and July 2021. So I do think if there is more steam to this rally, right, and even if it just goes above 25, we'll see how things look at that point in time. But I think there is possibility for this to continue into the 30,000s. And of course, like I made in another video where I gave 3 possible scenarios for Bitcoin this year, if we repeat the 2019 scenario, then we are looking at the Fibonacci golden pocket of the entire move, which is approximately around 48,000, which very much lines up with this high over here. So you can see when this moves up, it just tends to take these previous highs as magnets, because there's that liquidity around these levels and above these levels. So it took this one, it's probably going to take this one, eventually probably going to take this one, and then we'll have to wait and see, is it going to take this 48,000? If it does, I mean, if it goes in like a relatively straight line over the coming months, again, these are all areas where you should start being cautious, start looking at the charts at those levels. Is there crazy euphoria? Is there signs of topping? Because if 2019 repeats, it would go up to the golden pocket and then come all the way back down again. So we have to be aware of how this is going to play out. This may not go directly to the all-time high or new all-time highs this year. We'll have to wait and see how things play out. So I think the best thing that you can do is try and be flexible, not be married to any sort of crazy targets like crypto must go to all-time highs this year. We are only going to go up. Also at the same time, can't rule out that it comes back down again. We have to be flexible and take it a day at a time, a week at a time, a month at a time, and see how it develops. But as you can see with Bitcoin, once there is a real trend reversal, we see multiple weeks or multiple months of continuation in the direction of that trend. And as I've shown you multiple times in various different videos, this reclaim of the 3-day 50 moving average is a very important signal to watch, because it doesn't happen often. You can see for the entire duration of the bear market, we did not have it. But once we got above it, you can see, go and look at this on the chart for yourself. When we get these reclaims, sure, it can be a fake out, but until we get back below it, so you can see that's currently about 18,800, 19,000. Until we get back below that, we have to assume that this could be a confirmation of a new multi-week or multi-month trend to the upside. And this could go a lot higher than where it currently is, with or without pullbacks from current levels. Of course, there's pullbacks along the way, but like I said earlier also, we have to wait and see, where do those pullbacks happen from? Because we might get a decent pullback, but if you're waiting for that pullback all the way from 20,000 and it goes up to 25,000 or 28,000 before we get a major pullback, obviously that's not going to be optimal, right? So, my opinion, the trend is to the upside on the 3-day chart. invalidation only for me when we get back below this 3-day 50 moving average, which means there could still be a pullback, right? We could drop this weekend and we could drop to 19,000, but that's still okay because that would just be retesting it. As long as we don't close below this 3-day 50 moving average, I think things are good for the upside, and we could potentially go a lot higher, especially if this is a repeat of 2019. Then the upside is potentially the Fibonacci golden pocket zone over here in about the high 40,000s. But let's first see if we get to 25,000. I think that is going to be taken out at some point. Then the next level we're targeting is probably this area, somewhere between 28 and 32. And after that, well, potentially the Fibonacci golden pocket. So one thing also, just a bit of words of warning or of caution, you got to be very careful with following emotions for investing, okay? That is never a good idea. You need to sit down, you need to make a proper plan, a proper strategy. You need to have your risk management in place, okay? You need to know how much are you allocating to crypto, and that is it. And that should be well within your overall net worth for your own situation, everything like that. And you should always factor in the possibility that whatever you put into crypto, if it goes to zero, are you going to be okay? Because besides the fact of the crypto markets potentially going to zero, there's all sorts of room for error if you make mistakes or if you get hacked or anything like that and you lose all of your crypto. You cannot be in a situation where it financially puts you in any difficulties, right? So experts here recommend no more than 10% of net worth into crypto. You have to make your own decision there. But besides that, you have to think, how are you going to allocate this, okay? As the markets continue going higher and higher and higher and you are not positioned in the crypto markets, naturally you're going to feel FOMO. And that FOMO keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And usually the feelings of that fear of missing out is the strongest near the very tops of markets. So you got to be careful about that, and not just when you feel this absolute irresistible urge to just throw your risk capital into the markets. That's usually at the wrong time. So you got to make a plan. You got to think, okay, if I put in my risk capital into the markets right now, what are the two scenarios? Okay, how am I going to feel if I put it in now and the market drops 50%? How is that going to make me feel? Or if I don't put it in now and it goes up 5x, how am I going to feel? And then you can also think about, which allocations are you going into? Are you going to Bitcoin? Are you going to altcoins? Right? Are you going to do spot, which usually for most people is a better idea. Leverage trading, you got to be careful. You got to have a separate dedicated account for trading. You could have your own risk management strategy for that. For example, you're only risking a maximum of 1% of your trading capital per trade so that you don't get wrecked on leverage. Okay, it requires a special skill set, and it requires learning and studying, all of which, by the way, I can teach you if you join my VIP membership. Second link in the description down below. Got all my courses and training. If you want to learn more about that and my own strategies, you can join there. But the point here that I want to make now is, if you are not yet in crypto with your risk capital, or you're sidelined, or you don't believe this rally, you need to make a plan of what you're going to do. Because if you don't have a plan and you're just sitting, and let's just say Bitcoin goes all the way up to the Fibonacci golden pocket this year, imagine it goes all the way up to 40, 45, 48,000, and you haven't gotten anything, and you start to feel that crazy FOMO back there because we're back at 45,000 and it's going to 100,000, it's going to new all-time highs, and then of course it drops all the way back down to 20,000, but you just bought in the very top. You got to be careful about that. So you need to make a plan now. I mean, obviously Bitcoin has gone up from 15,000 to now 22,000. So now maybe you're thinking, should I buy right now? Do I wait for a pullback? What if the pullback doesn't come? What if it only goes up? So you have to just sit there, factor in everything, make a plan so that you're not subject to that fear, that FOMO, that greed to be able to make those decisions. The best is really to sit there, write it out on a piece of paper, make your calculations. What is the worst case scenario? What is the best case scenario? Do I dollar cost average in? Do I, all those kind of things. So that is the best advice I can give. Make that plan, that everything is on paper and you can follow that, and that you are not going to be subject to your emotions, because if you listen to your emotions, you're most likely going to end up buying the top and selling the bottom and making all the wrong decisions there and losing money. So make a plan, stick to the plan, and ideally that's going to help you along the way. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe down below. If you want to learn from me everything about these markets, reading charts, my own strategy, join my VIP membership. It's a 60-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk. Second link in the description down below. And as always, I wish you many profits with trading. I will see you in the next video.